We recently did an archaeological dig of this survival kit that's probably between 50 and 60 years old. And as part of that kit, there were some heat tablets that were supposed to be used for cooking food. And we promised we'd do a video to see if they would even light. So check it out.
Hey Provident Preppers, I'm Kylene.
And I'm Jonathan, and we are doing an experiment today because of this little survival can that we found. And in there were these little fuel tablets, and I'm thinking they're from World War II. I did a little bit of research on these, and at first I was a little concerned about lighting them. Oh, well, first I thought they won't even light. And then I was a little concerned that if we do light them, there might be a mushroom cloud and it might take out half of our area here. So then I did a little bit of research, and it looked like these are actually just paraffin with sawdust, which made me a little bit concerned because they were in this kit that you were maybe going to be using in a shelter in a tight environment and not safe.
And while paraffin is usually safe to burn indoors, the sawdust, when wood burns, it emits carbon monoxide. And so this absolutely should not be burned indoors.
But there's been a lot of learning that's happened in the last 50 or 60 years, and today this would be like, no way, we're not doing this. So anyway, we had promised that we would go ahead and just see if this thing will even light.
I would fluff it. I would go like this. So that you can have, just see how this, like, it's got, the wick feels more like insulation, sort of.
Yeah.
Right?
Or cotton or something. But
it definitely smells like fuel.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell like paraffin. It smells more like gasoline, actually. Maybe it will blow up. Maybe there will be a mushroom cloud.
Okay.
Oh, totally lit, totally lit.
It did.
It's burning hot.
Actually, some heat coming off that.
Yeah, significant.
Part of the research that I did said that these were developed back in 1943 as part of, towards the end of World War II, because the military folks didn't have a good way to heat their rations, and eating cold rations was akin to cruel and unusual punishment. So these may be as old as 80 years old. We don't know. These look like the ones in the picture that would have been from that vintage, so they might have been World War II surplus that was picked up by Permapack to put in these. So anyway, kind of an interesting scenario here.
So let's take that one step further. So in this kit, there were these directions on how to build, there was a piece of thick aluminum foil and how to build this little container. And then, okay, so it was for a family of 6, but they had these little cups. Like, this was kind of super weird.
Yeah.
We were wondering though, this needs to be an inch above the surface to cook. So theoretically, if we were to use these for the corners, is that about the right height? I don't know.
Possibly, yeah. So we'd probably be just about right.
So let's set this up a little bit. So you can't super see this flame, but it's really hot. So you could very much burn yourself if you're not careful. You want to be the...
Sure.
Okay, now let's put this on. Does it look like it has enough space that it's not going to snuff it out?
Yeah, there's space under there.
Okay, let's see. That's
plenty of space.
It's not very much water, but let's see if it can bring it to a boil. Okay, it looks like it's totally heating up. It's working well.
This is a total surprise to me because I had declared publicly I don't think these things will even light after what I thought was 50 or 60 years, which appears now maybe to be 80 years old. But it's going.
It's totally going. Okay, but now let's talk about like our kit. We just did a video a couple days ago on our emergency survival food kits. They're freeze-dried foods that we've made, tailored to our tastes. And one of the things that we did was we put the safe heat down in the bottom. Now this is safe to burn indoors. It's a catering fuel. So we really like this. This can is a 6-hour can. The cheapest place to buy it is at Sam's Club. You can get it on Amazon, but Sam's Club, it's like half the price or less. So, and what we would do, like on here, we should always fluff this, by the way. but I don't want to get fuel on my fingers. And then we light it. And with this, you have to be really careful because it's lit. Yeah. Can you tell that it's lit?
Can't see the flame.
Oh no, but it would totally burn me. Safe heat doesn't cook as hot as like your propane stove. If you were doing your propane stove, it's gonna cook it a lot hotter, a lot faster. You can get a little camping stove like this that folds up that you put and you can cook in it or cook with it. And you can do this indoors. Always make sure there's enough oxygen in your room, right? But this should be safe for indoors. One of the things we really like is something called the Vesta, because this only has a certain amount of BTUs, but you put it with 2 cans. Or three cans, and suddenly, like, you can boil pasta. But you have to be super careful. I don't believe that the manufacturer recommends more than 2 cans being used at a time, so you just use your own discretion. I would be fine using it in the Vesta that's been designed for that purpose. It's just a super cool way to do it. It burns nicely, and it's portable. When you're done with this, all you have to do is put the lid on. Now, don't screw it tight, because what this has done, this has smothered the flame, right? But if you put the lid on tight before it's cooled, only Johnny's big, strong muscles will ever get it off again. But if you wait till it's cool, then you do want to screw it on tightly so that the alcohol won't evaporate. Yeah. And you can use this over and over again.
So, back to our water. There's tiny bubbles in the bottom.
Tiny bubbles.
Which is kind of incredible because on a day like today, we're probably in the 30s.
Cold. It's cold.
It's cold. Still burning hot. And I don't know how long these will burn. These will burn for 6 hours. I don't know how these small cans, I don't have any feel for how many hours, or maybe it's only an hour can. I don't know, but it is definitely going.
Yeah, it's definitely going. And it actually feels like it's burning hotter than this one.
Interesting.
So I don't know, I didn't measure it, I'm not the engineer, but when you look at this compared to the Safe Heat, it's higher and wider than the Safe Heat. The Safe Heat is a very narrow flame.
More controlled, yeah.
So overall, surprise, surprise, Johnny.
Yeah.
They work.
I am very, very surprised. I didn't think it would work at all, and it's actually doing quite well. So, but not indoors, and which would make sense because most of the time, if they were using these, they would be in an open tent or in a foxhole around a fire or something like that.
But these can be used indoors, right? And so, like, it's beautiful today. It's cold. But last night, it was a storm, and the wind was going crazy, and I would not have wanted to cook outside at all for any reason, even if I was able to, because we've got this beautiful setup here with my open fire pit, and we've set it up so that when we can cook outside, that works. But always, always, you want to make sure that you have a way to cook indoors.
Yes. Now for the question of the day. What fun experiments have you done with such things, and did you cause any damage?
Oh.
Share with us. And thanks for being part of the solution.
Was that directed toward me?
Maybe.
Like there's a history?
Maybe.
Maybe. Be safe. Be careful. Don't blow things up.